Liebenberg.
Pote, that must be a really bitter pill to swallow, because you guys did everything probably you asked of them and more maybe.
Definitely, I'm really proud of the guys, the guts, the determination, the character the guys showed today after last weekend. That's what we expect from a guy that put on a Bulls jersey. I'm very, very proud of the guys, but it's a bitter one. I thought our discipline let us down. Just the penalties was just too easy for them to get points, and I must congratulate them. I think they played till the end. Maybe they were a bit lucky, but they're in the final, and I wish them well for the final. And
Hanro, just how flat were you? You must have been boosted to get to the 32 all, and then you missed the conversion. And the extra time felt a bit flat for both teams. How did that feel out there for you?
Well, to play 80 minutes already is tough, so to play 20 minutes extra, 10 aside, that's a tall order. The guys were cramping, the guys gave it the all. You can't put it down to the conversion on money. Sure. I think we put ourselves in a great position to be 35 all, I think it was. So I can't take anything away from the guys. The character and the pride they showed coming back from last week, that we went at our best. I take my hats off to the guys.
Pote, you spoke about discipline in the game. But what did you do different from last week that got the guys up? I mean, it's a completely different team from last week.
I just think the loss last week hurt us, and the guys felt that last week, and there was just a different vibe this week. The guys really said we're going to Newlands to win this game, and that's what happened. They really played to win, and as I said, I'm very, very proud. The defence was awesome. Our scrums was much better. I must compliment Trevor Nkani. He showed he can play both sides, and he did really well against Wilco today.
Going forward, do you think front row is the one place where you need to bulk up? I mean, especially looking to next year.
I believe for Super Rugby, yes. We've got players that I think is good enough, but I think we need depth at prop, definitely for Super Rugby for next year.
Your line speed today was fantastic. You guys really got in their faces. I mean, to keep that level of intensity for that long, that must be one of the more pleasing aspects for you this season.
Oh, definitely. Our defence, I thought, was very, very good today. We missed that one line out and they scored, but you can't put that to our defensive structures. The high line worked perfectly for us today. The guys made their tackles and put them under huge pressure.
You didn't let Willemse really get into the game, did you?
No, definitely.
Was that a key?
Yeah, that was a key, yes, no, definitely, yeah. And I must compliment Manie Lebok after last week. It was a tough call to give him another go, but we know he's a good player, he's very talented, and he proved today on defence and attack he was very good. Made mistakes, but I take my hat off for him after last week, come back like this.
And he made an early
the first knock he took, I thought, oh, no money, but he really, that ball he picked up for our first try was awesome.
What do you say, I apologise, I came in a little bit late, so if the question has already been asked, but what do you say to a guy who's played that well but a kick like that?
No, it's no, it's just not on money. I mean, as I said, our discipline let us down. We gave away too many penalties. It's not Manie's kick that cost us. I believe there was just too many silly penalties we gave away, especially on offside lines. I mean, that's just soft.
I knew the wind must have been swirling down there. It must have been very difficult for kickers.
It was actually quite alright in the centre of the field, but as soon as you got to the corners, it was quite swirling. But it was for both teams. It made line-out options a bit difficult in the corners, but yeah, it was for both teams. So,
Hanro, the scrums at the start wasn't exactly that great, and Nyakane took a bit of a beating. What did you say to them on the field? Because you guys seem to have stabilised the scrums towards the end of the match.
Yes, definitely. We saw after last week what can happen with Wilco and Mark. That was a big focusing point for us this week. I think it was the first two scrums didn't go our way, but we didn't lose head. Just keep them calm. We know Trevor will come back. I saw that he found his feet a little bit, and after that it went quite well actually.
Hanro, were you guys maybe setting up for a drop goal there again?
Yeah, you could have went for a drop goal. At the end of the day, they told us if we still draw after 20 minutes, Western Province still going through due to the log, something like that. So I don't know if that's true. So we were looking for the try, to get the win at the end of the day.
So you guys weren't aware that the first tiebreaker were try scored in the match?
No, I'm not.
We had it like that. I mean, in the box we said, but the penalty on the halfway line that they took back was just outside. I know we put one about where that gave it the first time. We put one over yesterday in training, so I thought go for it, and then we won the game. And then unfortunately they took it back for 10 meters back, and then couldn't do it.
I know it's been a long season, but in some ways you must be disappointed it's sort of ending now, because after this performance there's a lot to build on.
Oh yes, definitely. If we could have go through the final after this performance, we had a great chance of winning the Currie Cup.
Yeah.
Coach, after a performance like this, is it possible that we could see you in Super Rugby next year? Or?
It will be a real honour to coach the Bulls Super Rugby side, but that's not for me to decide. It's a great bunch of players, and we love each other, and they play for me, and I work for them. I mean, I treat them like my own kids, so it will be an awesome experience and privilege to coach the Super Rugby side.
So your name is in the hat?
I don't know. There's so many
rumours.
Put it in the hat. There's so many rumours, so it's difficult.
Pote, aan die begin van die seisoen toe julle in Boland gespeel het, daar was daardie opgewondenheid en alles in julle spel. Deur die loop van die seisoen het dit 'n bietjie weggeraak, julle het dit teruggekry. Waar dink jy staan julle in terme van die groepspelers?
Ek dink as jy kyk na die seisoen, ek meen ons het 'n goeie wen in die Vrystaat gehad. Het ons baie foute in Durban gemaak in die Sharks, jy weet, ons het net geweet ons het net te veel foute gemaak, en die Leeu's moes ons gewen het op loftes. Het ons twee goeie wenne gehad in Griquas en die Pumas. En laas naweek was dit vir ons 'n groot teleurstelling. Ek moet sê dit was een van die slegste verlore wat ek gehad het. Omdat dit net 1 helfte was, het 34 punte opgesit. Weet, as het nog aangegaan het, weet ek nie waar het gedraai het nie, weet. So ek dink as ek terugdink, dit was 'n blessing dat ons wedstryd gestop het. Want ons het geweet ons kan terugkom, ons is baie beter as dit. Jy weet, en ook die spelers het regtig gespan geword hierdie jaar. Ek dink regtig die ouetjies het by mekaar uitgekom.
As jy kyk na soveel jong manne wat ons veral in hulle agterlyn, van Duncan, hulle Divan agter, wat maak so 'n verloor aan hulle en hoe kry jy hulle om
He's one of the coaches that's coming in for the. If I say the name, you will laugh.
Keer jy soort van dat het nie gaan vassit in hulle koppe dat ons alles gegee maak en nog steeds verloor.
Ja, ek nie maar dat ons 'n kans gegee nie. Ons praat van ons kom na die slotterhouse toe en jy weet ek dink vir die spelers, hulle is seer, hulle is doodstil in ons kleedkamer. Ons weet ons was een wat ons kon gewen het. Maar ek dink die ouens weet ons is trots op hulle en ek glo hulle sal opstaan. Dit is 'n lekker breek nou. Ek meen daar's 4 van hulle wat nog volgende week dalk vir ons in Newlands kan speel. So ons gaan lekker sterk raak. Nee, wat alles ek is heel rustig. Hulle sal weer opstaan.
En nog eens, ek was 'n bietjie laat ook. Ek weet nie of iemand het gevra maar jou leierskap, wat voel jy die Currie-beker seisoen vir jou gedoen in terme van?
Ag, ek dink vir my dit was regtig een van die makliker seisoene om kaptein te wees. Ek dink soveel jong ouens en soos coach Pote gesê het, regtig 'n span geraak. Deur hierdie tawwe tye wat ons in die Currie-beker gaan het, dit was regtig een van my makliker seisoene om kaptein te wees. Op en van die veld af, ek hoef nie baie besluite te gemaak. Ek dink die ouens rondom my met coach Pote en ons hele bestuurspan, hulle het dit vir 'n mens so gemaklik gemaak. Dit was nie regtig druk op my skouers nie. Ek kon vir 'n slag net uitgaan en my spel geniet en ja, dis 'n great groep ouens. Hulle maak dit regtig vir my maklik.
Final questions, please.
Ja, net laastens, John Mitchell is weg. Wat gebeur nou? Is daar blueprint wat agtergelos is daar waar julle spel gaan stoei?
Ja, dan we gaan nie afritter wees. Ek meen as ek geleentheid kry sal ek definitief aangaan met wat hy begin het. Ek dink regtig het die platform gelê. Soos ek sê, ons weet nie wie gaan hulle aanstel nie. 'n Nuwe afritter sal seker sy stempel wil afdruk. So dis vir ons almal maar vreemd en onseker op hierdie stadium.
Sorry, Hanro, you can answer in Afrikaans or in English. You played under a lot of coaches. Just a word on what Coach Pote meant to you during this campaign.
He's a great guy. I'm not saying this in front of any cameras or to boost him or anything. He's an awesome coach. He's been looking out for our guys. He's been creating a vibe. He's just been a good mentor and actually a dad for us all. And he's a great guy.
Okay.
Thanks,